All right. So welcome, as I said, welcome everyone. So this is our first procurement masterclass session, Guide to Working with Caltrans. So this is session one, where we'll do an introduction to the great Caltrans procurement program. And this is our first out of four sessions. And then I am Christina Espiritu from PACE, Pacific Asian Consortium and Employment. So some of you may have seen the first session of with Caltrans that we did. I'm sorry, the first series that we had done with Caltrans about 2 months ago, but it was very popular, so we wanted to recreate it and do another series of sessions. So first, let me start. There you go. Just a couple housekeeping items. So make sure you are on listening mode. And then if you wanted to raise your hand, if you have any questions. However, the best way to ask questions would be on the Q&A. So if you wanted to do the Q&A to post questions, also use the chat. So people have been using the chat in the past previews webinars to introduce themselves. So make sure to put down your name, your industry, and also your company, and also where you're from, so we can get to know you. And then we can also tailor, some of our next materials to make sure that we address your questions. And then our people have asked about the recording. So yes, we will provide the webinar recording. So please visit our e-library. And then please also complete our survey when the webinar ends. Usually what I do is after each webinar, I will send out an email with the link to our e-library, and then also information about the speakers, and then also our contact information, and then also slides that they may want to share. Okay. And just a few tidbits of information about PACE. So as I mentioned, PACE is Pacific Asian Consortium and Employment. So we are a nonprofit organization that has been around since the 70s. However, PACE has a business development center which started in the 90s. And what we do is we provide one-on-one consulting, entrepreneurship training programs, also some business courses, and then also some small business financing. So we have access to capital resources. We are a CDFI, which means we are a lender that can help you with any of your access to capital needs. So with that said, I just wanted to go ahead and introduce our special guest from Caltrans District 7. So she will be speaking first about the procurement program, and I'm going to welcome Mirna Tanujaya. Thank you, Mirna. So if I'm going to go and stop share and go ahead and feel free to share yours.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Myrna. I'm the Small Business Liaison for Caltrans District 7. Let me share my screen. Give me a minute. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Can I get a thumbs up?
Yes. Yeah, we can see.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Okay, again, my name is Myrna. I'm the Small Business Liaison for Caltrans District 7, which is LA and Ventura County. And before we start, I want to make sure that we are aware of the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination based upon race, color, and national origin. Specifically, 42 USC 2000D states that no person in the United States shall, on the ground of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. If you would like more information about Title VI, please visit Caltrans' website at dot.ca.gov and then click on the tab for Title VI. So not before. Some of you are probably wondering, what is the Small Business Liaison? What is District Small Business Liaison? We are also known as the DSBL. So each Caltrans district have their own individual DSBL. We are the primary contact for small business related concerns. If you need information regarding small businesses, regarding certifications, and if you want to know outreach, we are your contact person. So each district functions on their own. So if you would like to know information on LA and Ventura County, I will be your best contact for small business related inquiries. All right. Today we are going on the procurement topic. First, we are going to go to talk about emergency contract, which will be presented by District 7 Maintenance, Vince Pank, and he will give overview of the emergency contract registry. And then it will follow by minor program presented by District 7 Program and Project Manager. I'm not sure if Samantha is here, but if not, I'll talk about it. And then followed by admin, Vivian from admin, which will talk about overview of the non-IT procurement. With that, I will give the floor to Vince. Vince, are you here? Vince?
Hey.
I apologize. Vince is on the field right now, so he's joining from the field, so maybe a little bit of technical difficulty. So I guess he's not here. All right, not a problem. Let me share the screen, okay? So you guys can kind of see what's going on. All right. Can you see my screen? Yes?
Yes.
All right, so for District 7, the emergency contract, we are divided the contracts into director's order, which known as the DO, and the district director orders, which is DDO. The difference is director orders come from the headquarters and the district director orders come from District 7 directors. So we have quite a few of emergency project. As you remember a while back, the fire was, it was devastating, to say the least. So that was part of our emergency project. But that's not only that, we have a lot of other emergency project. What is the criteria of an emergency project? It is a sudden, unexpected occurrence that poses a clear and imminent danger, requiring immediate action to prevent or mitigate the loss and impairment of life, health, property, or essential to public services. Nearly all Caltrans projects are safety related. And Caltrans has Shop 010 that strictly deals with safety issue with the option to bring it to construction within months. So these emergency projects are not something that we foresee. It's just something that happened and need immediate attention. That's what we considered an emergency project. How to get an emergency work? So to get an emergency work, you have to be registered in our emergency project registry. It is good for a new and small business contractor. When you sign up to take an emergency work, please make sure that it is the work that you are comfortable to work with, that you know how to do, and you have a current license, because you will have to register with CSLB and DIR. Your license and registration has to be current. You will have to have appropriate insurance and bond capacity. If you get chosen to work on an emergency project, we are requiring the insurance and bond to be provided within 24 hours. I apologize. I want to say within a couple days. So it has to be ready to go. If you have a certification of small business enterprise or SBE, of disabled business enterprise or DBE, or disadvantaged business enterprise or DBE, or disabled veteran business enterprise or DVBE, it is a plus. And make sure you are registered on Caltrans emergency registry. And please provide a capability statement. Again, most of emergency work are not advertised because it is an emergency and it needs immediate attention. So if we have your capability statement on hand, we can see what you are capable to do. So another way to join Caltrans emergency registry project is to join on Caltrans Mentor Prodigy program. So this program pairs small businesses with large contractor, which allow you to network and have a broader range of contact. You can solicit to work with large contractors to gain experiences, and you can learn new skills. So, and to enroll in Mentor Prodigy program, please go to dot.ca.gov and under the program tab, there's construction, and then look and toggle down under construction Mentor Prodigy program. I can put this on the chat just so you have it for Mentor Prodigy program. Okay. So how does contractor select it for an emergency work? So first of all, we need to know your capability. We need to know that you have the knowledge to perform the repair, and those are based on capability statements and your experiences. And we will make attempt to match capability with the scope of work required in the emergency contract. Second one to be considered is your availability. The verbal approval will be given within 24 hours. The EFA within 72 hours. And it will start from 10 business days from the approval from the district order or district director orders. For past experiences, we look on verbal approval to utilize contractors capable of immediate response. And recent emergency contracts received. We promote opportunities, so we don't always use the same people, the same firms all the time. We try to, like give you experiences, but make sure that when you say to do that work, those are the work that you are going to do for the emergency contract. So what is capability statement? Usually we take about 1 page or a double-side page that lists your contact information, your work experience, and the past jobs that has been completed. If you already give it, usually we have it under small business, but if you want to submit your capability statement, you can email it to me and I will forward it to the maintenance team so that they can match it. If they see your firm's name on the emergency contract registry, then they can match it with your capability statement. So, all right. So for the capability statement, please email it to the email listed on the chat. All right. Okay, so any question that I can help with? If you want detailed question, I will have to get back to you. I apologize because unless Vince is here. But if you have any questions or you want questions at the end, Christina, how do you want to work it?
I actually do have a question. So we can do questions now and then later on in the end if there are some additional ones. So for the emergency work, do you, it's not necessary that you enroll in the Mentor Prodigy program, or is it required that you do?
No, it is not required.
Okay. But what would be the easiest way for them to find the work? Would it be just registering, looking at that, going to that website that you had suggested? Where you
For the Mentor
register?
Prodigy, you mean?
Oh, no, for the emergency, for
So
the
you have to
emergency work.
register on the emergency contract registry.
Mm-hmm.
And then in there, I believe you have to have your license valid and you register with the contractors and the DIR, the Department of Industrial Relations. So, and they do check. So don't say like, my license is valid or I'm registered, but you're not, because we do check. So just
Got
make
it.
sure that you guys are in there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let me get you the link for the emergency registry. Give me a moment, okay?
Sure.
As we go along.
Yeah.
I'll chat
Yeah.
it. I'll put it in.
Yes. And then I know you had mentioned capability statement. So just a show of hands on the chat. Let me know if if you don't have any capability statements or you need help. So PACE can actually help you with developing a capability statement. So, and then we'll provide that information later on the chat, and then also when I send out the follow-up email. So thank you, Myrna.
Perfect. All right. So next is Samantha Fanegas here? I'm sorry, we are out in the field today for a lot of different items, so I apologize for that, but yeah. So for capability statement, you can email it to D7 small business. I'm typing it in the chat. So it's D7 small business at dot.ca.gov. I will give you the mentor prodigy program and the emergency registry after this one. Just give me a minute. That's for mentor prodigy program. I will give you the emergency contract. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. All right. Yes. All right. So now I'm going to go on. It's me again. I'm going to talk about the minor program for those of you who are not aware of our minor. All right. You can see my screen, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So for minor program, we have a minor A and a minor B program. Minor B program is a construction contract with the maximum limit of $461,000. We usually say that this is a good start for small businesses to get into government contracting so that we are used to it. The district director orders of minor B, they will list it. We are listing them on Procure, and then it will be awarded by the Division of Procurement and Contracts, or DPAC. So for minor B program, the bid limit is $461,000. And these contracts are only awarded to certified small businesses, or DVBE. So it's not for DBE because we don't have any federal funding for this one. All right. Currently, this year, we have 7 contracts that have been awarded for minor B project. The total of the project of all those 7 is $2.2 million. And out of that, $1.7 million went to DVBE and small business firms for new and existing contracts. What happened to the rest? It went to the prime because of specific work that is required for the projects. So it's not necessarily will be if the projects are specific, require specific capabilities, then it can go to the prime, but we try to give the projects to small businesses and DVBE first prior to giving it to them. So that's why capability statements are very important, so that we know what you can and cannot do. All right. Currently, we have 9 minor B projects that are expected to be advertised in March and April. I believe some of them it's a little bit delayed. So we have 3 landscape projects. We have restoration project in LA County. We have 3 safety projects. We have drainage in LA County. And we have transportation management system projects in Ventura County. And these are all listed on Procure. So you can search on Procure for minor B program. I'm sorry, for minor B projects, and it will pop up in there. Another minor program that we have is a minor A. Minor A, the bid limit is $1.25 million. And these are advertised and awarded by Office of Engineers. The contracts are also listed on Procure, and it will actually say the total amount of the project. Currently, we have 3 minor A projects that is expected to be advertised. All 3 of them are in LA County. All right. Any question for that?
So Mirna, just looking at the chat, I think they're looking for the email to send the capability statement to. So when you get a chance to do that, and then also a link to the mentor prodigy program.
Okay, I keep saying that they don't see the email on
Yeah.
the chat. I don't know why, but all right.
Yeah, but it's okay. So yeah, as I said later on, I'll be sending out the email, a follow-up email.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good. How about now?
And
Can
then
you guys see it? I think I click it wrong. I'm sorry. All right. So now I'm passing it on to Vivian for non-ID procurement.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Vivian Toton. I am the staff service manager for our admin division. So I've worked with procurement for the past, 9 years. I've been dealing with small business DBBEs. And the question, that's why I was asked to speak today, is how we pick small business to, for our purchases and stuff. Do you have the PowerPoint?
Yeah, I can pull it up for you. One second.
Thanks. So my presentation, it's pretty much like easy.
There you go.
I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Perfect.
So the way your company is considered, if you are registered at the Cal eProcure website, and that's how we click. And I tell this to my our unit, because we have a lot of procurements, because we're admin. So they would check on the quick links for SBDVBE. And then they would type in the words, the keywords on the description of items on the bottom right side. They will type in whatever they needed, like products or whatnot. And then from there, it will pop up your business name. And then from there, we picked who. So there's like, I don't know, it's probably like 50 small businesses or more, right? So next slide, please. So the way we reach out to the buyer, to the small businesses, is we email you guys, like especially once the small business's name pops up, your email's there, their contact is there. So we email to ask for bids, and we specifically, on our emails, we specifically ask for an item with a brand name and the quantity. And this is what I noticed from small businesses, that they would try to give us the lesser amount, not the same brand. So just FYI, if we give you guys the brand name of the item, that's what we really wanted, because of the quality of the product, okay? So once we ask you guys, like, hey, do you have the specific item? Like, are you able to bid? And then we'll give you the invitation for the bidding process. We usually have 2 to 3 bids. We ask 2 to 3 companies, small business, to bid on those items. And then we usually give at least for my end, right? For at least 2 weeks to give me a turnaround, because it's important for our unit to know, like, when are we gonna have the product, or does the vendor have the product? Does the vendor have the product, and when we're expecting the product to be delivered and stuff like that. That's why there's a maximum 2 weeks for the bidding process, right? And then next slide, please. So yeah, okay. So once we get the bids, basically, we'll check everything, like, is this the correct items that you were asked to provide us? And we'll check the brand name, the quantity, and the amount, and then we'll give the winning bid to whoever has the lowest bid, right? So, the way to reach us as well, because we can reach out to you, right? But you can reach out to us as well, because sometimes, like, okay, we have, on my list, I have at least like 20 small business or DBBE list that I share with our staff. So with you guys, you can actually reach out to Myrna, right? And ask her, like, hey, who in District 7 or Los Angeles, Ventura County, like, buys office supplies and whatnot, right? So she has that list, right, Myrna?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't know how updated, but I do have a list, yes.
Yes, I think, yeah. So she would have that because there's a lot of like, especially admin people. We have 12 divisions, and those 12 division had administration, like people that buys a lot of stuff. So just reach out to her. And then also we have fairs and events here at the DO that we can invite you to. So try to come here, and then there's a lot, we just had a fair like 2 weeks ago, the innovation fair, right? And there's probably 1,000 people that came on and checked out the fair. So come here, like, bring some swags, whatnot, and introduce yourselves to us. And then next slide. And there's a lot also of small businesses, DBBEs, that also contact us. Like randomly call, like, hey, introduce themselves, like, hey, I'm so-and-so, like, selling this, like, do you guys need some office supplies this month? Like, give me a heads up and all that stuff. Or they could email. With email, actually, it's very effective too, because once you guys send us an email, and then we can send it to our staff, like, hey, FYI, like, put this on your list, note that this person or this company is doing small business, we could use them to buy, let's say, office supplies and whatnot. And I don't want to say this, but there are companies sometimes that are non-respondent to our inquiry, so sometimes, like, okay, this company is not responding, it's been 3 weeks, we've given you 2 weeks, to bid, but no respond whatsoever. I, as a procurement analyst, I would put a star to that. It's like, okay, not responding. So we would let our other staff know that, hey, you know what? This company usually doesn't respond.
Yes.
It's like word of mouth, basically. But we make sure that we give each small business DBBE an opportunity not to use them all the time, right? Because we need to spread, business throughout California. And I think that's about it. You guys have any questions?
Yes, so let me just look at some of the questions that were on the chat.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. So I think one of them, it says, what is your division? We did not see slides. So they are
Oh.
Division 7. Yeah, go for
District
it.
7 administration.
Yes, and my one question is, so let's say, do you share the list with the other districts?
No,
Okay,
it's
so
solely under our division.
got it. Okay, so then
Yes.
basically, if they want to work in Orange County and other districts, so they do have to reach out to the procurement analyst on that end.
No, they have to reach out to their small business liaison. They
Okay,
have their own small business liaison. Right, Myrna?
which is Myrna's equivalent. Okay, great.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
So if
um,
So for, I'm sorry, Christina. So for the small business liaison, like if you go to Caltrans website to the dot.ca.gov, you can click on it for looking for small business, and then it will list out all the liaison, or at least their email. So you can always reach out to them and says, hey, this is my capability statement, or, do you have any outreach program coming up or something like that? So the small
Mhm.
business will be able to help you.
Okay. Let me see. And then do you have a link to future fairs or events that they can register for?
To what? I'm sorry?
Do you have a
fairs and
link to
events.
future fairs or events that they can register for?
We don't have that at the moment. I
Okay.
think it usually.
For small business, I keep kind of like if you submit your capability statement, I entered you into my small business database, and when we have an outreach event, I will email blast it to you. But that not necessarily like within your field. Like for example, Vivian's is on admin side, right? Like if she's looking for something, then everyone who's on my list, even if you're like a contractor or if you're doing steel bar, they will get my email because
Mhm.
you're in my database. So you kind of have to pick and choose the email that comes from me. But once, you never know when opportunity comes, basically.
Great. Yeah, and I do want to plug in an event that we're having on May 29th, but Caltrans will be there as well. So I know Myrna, you won't be there, but you have other representatives that will be from Caltrans, right?
Correct. My colleague will be coming for that event on the 29th for
Yeah,
the
so
ProcureLA.
yeah, so we do have a 2025 ProcureLA Summit on May 29th. So that one includes a matchmaking component as well. So I'll make sure to send that information, the flyer, after this.
Where is
Okay.
that gonna be?
It's gonna be here in LA. It's gonna be
Oh.
at yes, yeah.
There's
Okay,
another
and
matchmaking event that we are participating, that District 7 is participating. It will be in partnership with LA Chamber of Commerce. It will be on June 5. So I have not sent out the flyer because it's still kind of a month away. But if you're interested on it, please let me know. Send me an email, say, hey, put me on your email blast, and then you'll get like a whole bunch of email from me, like weekly or something, but you will get the one for the one-on-one matchmaking.
oh great. Okay. And then I'm just looking through some of the questions. Who would be the best point of contact to speak about potential collaboration? I don't see bids for the type of work that that they have. So let's say
So for collaborations, or even if you just want like a one-on-one support, I think one-on-one support PACE can provide too. You can contact Christina as well, or you can send me an email, say, hey, I want a one-on-one, a one-on-one meeting just to kind of get a hang of things, of who we are, what we do, kind of thing. Please contact me. For collaboration, please email me as well, and then I'll spread the email to either Vivian or to maintenance, whichever division that you're looking for. For bid, you will have to go to CalE Procure, because all our bids will be listed on CalE Procure.
great. Okay. And then another question. So I think you had responded to this. What is the department name? And then what are the next steps to work with your team?
So we are District 7, which cover Los Angeles and Ventura County. I am in the small business unit under External Affairs Division. Vivian is under Administrative Division. The slide from minor program, that is under Project Management Division. And the emergency contract is under Maintenance Division. I don't know if that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, I
that the-
believe so. Yes. So I think what I can do after this is I can, when I send out the follow-up email, I'll put down the division and then perhaps a contact information for the division. So
Sure.
yeah, I think that would work. And then do you receive requests for communication and community outreach interest? That's
I do,
from
yes.
okay. Mm-hmm.
I do. So please send it to me, D7 at smallbusiness@dot. I do receive, and we do talk it out. It doesn't just go like unattended, basically. I might take a while to reply, but we do talk it out.
Okay, great. Okay, is there a list of prime contractors that you can share so they can contact them for possible teaming collaboration?
No, we do not have a list of contractor. We do not share, but for the project that you're looking for to bid, it's usually listed on the CalI Procure. You can toggle and find information in there of who are the primes that are looking for help for sub.
Got it. Okay. Let me see. Okay, and they're looking for Myrna's information. So you just typed it here, and let me check.
Just keep in
Uh,
mind, Myrna and Vivian's are like a party of one on the email side. So please give
yeah,
us some time to reply to
give
your
them some
email.
grace
But
and
again, we do
patience.
check our
Yes.
email.
Okay, it says, will opportunities for admin be on Cal eProcure as well?
Of course.
Yes. So it seems like any opportunities are except the ones that are emergency, it seems like, right?
Correct.
Then it has its own
So
registry.
I have a slide. Hold on, give me a minute.
If you-
I want to show you something. This is a good slide to have. You guys can see my screen, yes?
Yes.
So this is for contracting opportunities portal. This is a new portal. And as you can see, it is split up by district. So I don't know, you want District 7 in LA, or you interested to work for Orange County in District 12. It's all listed in there. You do not have to pay or anything. You just have to, it's free to look. You can find any A&E contract, which is architect and engineering contract. You can, on the bottom of it, you can find like contractor's corner. You can find minor project. So this is a good website to have. Let me copy and paste the website. So you might want to kind of take a look and bookmark it.
Can I add something, Myrna? Are you
Of
good?
course.
For those who we can't find on sometimes Cal Epicure, right? Sometimes we find them on a random website because, you know, specialty wise, we couldn't find you on Cal Epicure. So, once we find you on the web and we know, I mean, you can tell us that you're SB, DBBE, whatnot, and we can ask you to bid, basically. But we just need some of your paperwork, like your seller's permit, your bidder's declaration, your payee data, and all that, so you could be entered into the Cal Epicure portal. And we could find you from there. I mean, your business will be registered.
Right.
And then it will be intertwined to our accounting system as well. So your business would be on our list. So, yeah.
So let's say they decided to contact one of you guys, and then they send them their capability statement. Then do you still need them to register under Cal eProcure?
Yes,
Okay.
because they need to be on the state portal, yeah.
So so Call It Procure will look something like this, just so that everybody has an idea. You just have to create an account, and then you can start search. You can click on, you want to sell to the state, like what item, you can list all your item. You want to get certified, or you are a prime and looking for sub, you can go in here and take a look at it. If you want to find any procurement information, you know, what is coming up to bid and all that information, how much the project costs, it's all in under the tab. So Call It Procure is a very good website for you to visit, because it contains all the information. And like Vivian said, even if we find you somewhere, we will make sure that you register under Call It Procure so that it will be easier for us to see you. I hope that makes sense.
Yes. So I think it doesn't matter how they get to you, but they do have to register under Cal eProcure. So unless
Correct.
they're doing the emergency, if they're doing the emergency work, then do they still register under there and register through Cal eProcure, or just the emergency portal?
Only under the emergency portal.
Okay.
Yeah. However, most
Mhm.
of the people that are registered under emergency portal is also under Cali Procure, because you don't want to just do one-time business, right? You want like the offer all whenever you get a chance kind of thing. So I'm not gonna say we pick from Cali Procure, but we do look at it. It's just you don't have to register under Cali Procure for emergency contract, because emergency contract we are not going to bid. It's just because it's an emergency, there's nothing we can predict.
Right. They just, yeah, exactly.
We will eventually add you to the system for the emergency
Right.
Correct.
with all the
Okay.
paperwork that we need.
And then there's also a question, I think it's if you have any positions available within Caltrans.
We have.
Of course, we always hiring.
Yeah. So I
Go
think
to jobs.ca.gov.
there you go. The jobs.ca.gov. Okay.
Let me type it down.
Yes.
Yes, please. So we're always hiring. There you go.
Okay, there you go. And
I'm
I
getting the
think
website for the emergency contract. Give me a minute. I apologize.
perfect.
It's not my division. But again, Vince is out in the field today, so I will get it for you, just if you can give me like a little bit.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, and
Or
then
if
don't
not,
worry.
when Christina send the recording, right, or the survey, then we'll include
Yes.
it in there.
Yeah, so what I'll do, and then will we be able to include your slides as well? Would you be able to share them?
Yeah, I can give you
Okay.
the slide, no problem.
Okay, perfect. So what I'll do after this is I just want to make sure that we compile all this valuable information. So I'll send in your slides and then my contact information. And then basically I think what was also needed was the divisions that we spoke about, and then maybe the email for the person in charge of that division, and then the website. So the emergency, minor A, minor B, and then the jobs, and then everything else that we spoke about.
So let me fix my PowerPoint to include our name and our division. So that way it'll be easier, when you go through the slide, then you can see it, like which division you want to contact.
Okay, perfect.
But
Okay.
in general, please direct all inquiry to small business, D7 small business at dot.ca.gov. And then I will forward as needed. I see Vivian's all the time too. So
Great.
we bug each
Yeah.
other.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ladies. And then I just wanted to share my contact information. Here you go. Yeah, so I know that we've spoken, we provided a lot of different resources and information. I just wanted to let you know that and one of the important things is a capability statement. So if you do have any questions on your capability statement, if you need a second pair of eyes to look at it, yeah, please feel free to reach out to me. So we have worked closely with Caltrans in the past several months, and yeah, just make sure that just reach out to me if you need help on that department before you send it to Myrna and the rest of her team. Okay, and with that said, thank you so much. I wanted to provide the upcoming webinar. So we are on the first one. We have 3 more, so I'm hoping that you guys can attend. The second one will be on obtaining the certifications next week, and then we're going to be working on bid proposals after that, the 3rd week, and then the 4th week will be access to capital. Basically, what you need to do after you've actually gotten a bid proposal, what loans, what surety, and then what insurance you would need. So with that said, thank you so much, Myrna, and then Myrna and your team, thank you so much for your time, and everyone who's attended, thank you so much. And as I've said, we'll provide all the information that they have graciously offered to us today, and hopefully we'll see you next week. So have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.